I want to come to a point where every time we confront men with the word of God, whether for 5 minutes or for 5 hours, we will not have finished speaking until we have brought men face to face with the reality of what happened at Calvary. Permit me to submit to you that if we give a faulty gospel to men, we will raise faulty converts. And because they do not have a correct foundation, 20 years in church will never make them anything different. So this night, as I begin to look at that mystery, I am doing that because the gospel will not be fully preached. It will not be completely preached. It will not be properly preached if the cross does not take a center stage in our presentation. When I saw the cross, I saw that the devil is not as important as you are making him. I saw that the devil is not as prominent as many of us make him so much prominent in our prayers. Some of you cannot say 2 sentences without mentioning the devil. If you knock your head, your leg against a piece of wood, say, oh, devil, devil, devil. You give devil too much publicity simply because you do not know how to walk in the reality of the cross. I can see how many of you are so afraid of witches and wizards, to the extent that some of you have not visited your village for the past 3 years because somebody prophesied to you that your mother-in-law was the witch that is ready to pluck your pregnancy in your stomach. So when you deliver that baby, your mother-in-law cannot come and carry the baby, all because you did not see the cross. The cross, the preaching of the cross, is the point at which authentic power is released into the life of people. Whereas the devil tries to blackmail the cross as if the cross is a problem. If somebody has a very difficult marriage and he has tried to settle with his wife and he could not, when we want to counsel him, say, brother, everybody has to carry a cross. Just accept that that woman is your cross. Now that is a blackmail of the cross. The cross is not a problematic marriage. The cross is the wisdom of God. Actually, the cross is a mystery, is a secret wisdom that beats arms down all the strategies of the devil. May I announce to you that the cross is the place where the tyranny of Satan over mankind was destroyed. The cross was where the spirit of poverty was finished with. The cross was the place where all the accusation the enemy has accumulated against us was discarded. The cross is actually the center of God's divine program.
You know that Satan will have no power over any human being unless he lured them to disobey God. So the authority and the power Satan exercises all over the world today emanated out of the disobedience of man. What God decided to do was that ordinance, that certificate, that list that was like the ammunition in the hand of Satan, that every time when you ask the devil, why are you punishing this person? Why are you attacking this person? Why are you oppressing this person? Why are you disturbing this family? Those are the only things he's holding. Are you understanding? So at the cross, the Bible says, God did what? Discarded them, took it out of the way, cancelled it, erased it. Thank God for that version. But he erased the certificate and he took it out of the way. And what did he do? Nailed it to the cross. So you do understand that when we talk about the cross was that place where everything the devil could cook up together against me was nullified. In fact, if there's any contention now, and I know that very much in my own heart as a person, but I want to know much more of that power. If there's any contention now, and if you have known what Jesus did at the cross, You can actually call Satan and say, Satan, come, prove your case against me. What gave you the right to think you can afflict me? The devil will go check all his archive, check all his record. He will punch my name, Gbile Akanni, hoping that the certificate of debts, of ordinances, of ancestral commitments, he will expect it to come up, and he will begin to read them and say, because of this, because of this. But unfortunately for Satan, because of the cross, when he punches my name, Gbile Akanni, what jumps up is blank. Blank. The cross takes away from Satan the power to accuse me. So you see, when we begin to understand what Jesus accomplished at the cross, we have already stepped on a ground where deliverance is compulsory.
It is the center. Everything from Genesis was looking forward to the cross, and everything from when the cross took place all through to the end of the Bible were only looking back on the cross. The law of Moses, they all ended at the cross. All covenants, all terminated at the cross. If you are even covenanted to a spirit, it is a familiar spirit or it is an ancestral spirit that has run in your family for 100 years. When you come to the cross, all such covenants comes to finish. When we bring a man to the cross, we are bringing him to the place where every issue in his life finds answer. Even if it is a conflict the devil is having with you, at the cross, Satan lost the power to execute vengeance. I have not said that Satan forgives. Satan forever is the accuser of the brethren. But you see, at the cross, he lost his power to accuse, and he lost his power to punish you. He lost his power to subdue you. This is why Satan will not be at ease for us to tell the story, for us to preach the cross, because that was where he lost it all. Whenever people talk about devil and demons, and they say, oh, he is coming, that he is going to oppress you, and that you need a special prayer, you will notice that there is one matter they have omitted. What have they omitted? They have omitted the cross. The only thing the devil has regretted, for which he could never recover, was that he crucified the Lord of glory. Unfortunately for the devil, fortunately for me, the cross has taken place. The cross was one matter that finished every hold of Satan upon mankind. The cross was not an afterthought. It was not a mistake. It was a divine plan. Why did God establish it? It was for our glory. And we cannot bring men to experience the glory if they will not experience the cross. I have come to discover you can do endless deliverance ministration for a man for 10 years. You could cancel a man from a sinful habit for 10 years, and it will be an endless sacrifice. But bring that same man to the cross and let him see something finished. From that day forward, you find a man who is free. From that moment forward, you find a man who is released. You find a man who is living victoriously above sin. When Jesus was talking to Nicodemus, the man was saying, how can a man be born again? The only answer that Jesus pointed to him was what? Do you remember? He said, as Moses lifted the serpent on the tree, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever will believe will not perish. So the answer of how can a man be born of the Spirit, there is not a clear answer until you point men to the cross. The exchange of the old nature for the new life only became possible at the cross. But in John 12, Jesus spoke a very clear word which I want you to bear in mind as I go away. You see, it is not that we will not fast. It is not that we will not pray. But the truth of the matter is that prayer, fasting, even fellowship is not the basis of our deliverance. Nobody is saved by coming to fellowship. Nobody is saved because he is praying. Nobody is saved because of excessive fasting. I was very zealous but not free. I was very prayerful, but the issue never finished. Inside the heart is there. But the day I saw Jesus, the day I saw the cross, oh my God, something fell off. I jumped up, but I ran around. I said, I'm free. And I've been free. Brothers and sisters, until a man sees the cross, whatever you show him cannot set him free. Let me inform you, the cross brought judgment on the world system. The reason why the world system is contrary and always fight the cross, because the cross was the culmination of the judgment of this world. Do you know that when some of us came to experience the cross, it was not only sin that left us, the grip of the world system also got lost. Let me tell you the truth. We preach against worldliness for many years. We told believers, love not the world. We explained how they will not love the world, and we had to use all kind of legalism for them to hate the world. But let me tell you, until the cross deals with a man, deals with the world that is in him, you cannot get him never to love what is in him. Unless the cross deals with the world that is in man, no amount of preaching could make a man not to love the world. Let me tell you the truth is, until we came to the cross, even though we were people that were taught never to love the world, we secretly loved the world in our heart. We secretly envied the world. We secretly cherished the world. Why was it a struggle? The world has not been judged in your heart. Do you see, as I'm standing before you, the world is already condemned in my eyes. When I see the world, I see a condemned non-entity. I look at the world and I query what is the wisdom in the world. And I'm doing it joyfully. And I'm doing it freely, because the world has lost its hold on me. I don't see anything like promotion with the things of the world. You don't congratulate me and say, Gbile, we thank God that you are making it now. Maybe because I'm riding another car. The world has lost its hold on me. All vehicles are vehicles, whether motorcycle or a big jeep or drop, make I drop. All of that has nothing to do with who I am now. My value is no longer in the world's definition. But the only thing that makes that to happen is not a systematic teaching. It is not that we sat down and we follow some codes of conduct. Do you know what happened? The cross came and crushed the world and crucified me to the world, and the world was crucified to me, and between me and the world, death has occurred. Now, you cannot produce a believer who is free from the world system, who walks in the world and is not of the world, who touches the world and the world cannot touch him. The only way to do it is to bring that man to the cross. It is at the cross that judgment came on the world. It was at the cross that the power of the world system was confiscated. At the cross, the prince of this world was dethroned. The cross provides a magnetic pull. It will draw men. The authentic magnet that draws men to God is the cross.
When I saw the cross, all my oppressions and sicknesses finished. It didn't finish only for 1 week. It's finished for years, for 30 years. Today is 32 years. And all I saw was the cross. I saw the 39 stripes, that by his stripes you were, oh God, that's all. And it is that long that I went for hands to be laid for me to be healed. It was that long when demons pressed me down in the night.
At the cross, Satan lost the power to execute vengeance.
So you see, when we begin to understand what Jesus accomplished at the cross, we have already stepped on a ground where deliverance is compulsory.
Until a man sees the cross, whatever you show him cannot set him free.
At the cross.